Let's try recording an expense in Zoho Books. To create an expenses record, click on Purchases and click on Expenses. Here are the current expenses. To create a new expense, click here on this plus new button on the upper right corner and then click an account for the expense. Let's say you want to record an expense on lodging and then enter the amount. And then you can select the tax and also you have to select an account which this expense is paid through. So if you've added your bank, it will be reflected here, or you can select the cash or other current assets and so on. For me, I'll just select the petty cash. You also have the option to select the vendor and also a customer. But I'll just leave it at that and then I'll just save. And there I've created an expense record. So let's say you want to create another record. This time, you want to add multiple expense accounts. To do that, you can click here on this itemize option, and then here you can manually add the amount of that particular expense account. And then to add more expense account, click on add new row and select the account and then enter the amount. Of course, don't forget the paid through account, which will indicate how you will pay this expense. And then click Save. Let's try creating a vendor bill in Zoho Books. First is navigate to our Purchases module and click on Bills. Here are the list of the bills that you have created. And to create a new bill, click here on this plus new button on the upper right corner. And then here, you will be required to select a vendor name and a bill number, the bill date, and the bill items. So let's select the vendor. So if the vendor that you want to select is not yet here on this list, that means that it is not yet added in your vendor's record. So to create a new vendor, you can just click here on this new vendor. But for this case, I will just select this vendor. And for the bill number, I'm just gonna say bill 101. For the bill date, this is for tomorrow. There is a warning that bill date is in future, so you can just select a past date and then select a due date. Now let's select an item Here are the list of items that we have added for our vendors. If the item that you want to select is not yet here, you can just click here on this new item or just directly type it here and it will be automatically added into your item records. So for this case, I'm just gonna select this item and I'm going to change the quantity to 50 and select the tax type, and you can enter your notes here or upload your files that you have created for your vendor. Now, if you're good to go, you can either save this as draft or save and submit. For my case, I'm just going to save and submit. There it goes. We have created our vendor bill. Let's try creating an employee reimbursement record. Let's say you have an employee who has made a payment in your behalf. Let's try recording that in our Zoho Books. So first of all, we will be creating the bill. To emulate the situation, let's go to purchases and then bills. Let's create a new record. And then select an item. And then save as open. Now we have created our bill. Next is we will be recording the payment by clicking here on this record payment button. Now we have entered the amount paid, and then for the payment mode, it can be cash or anything, but for now it will be cash. And then paid through is we will be using the employee reimbursement. And then click save. So now the payment has been recorded. Now we will be reimbursing that through creating another record, which is under the expenses. So let's click on new, and then for the expense account, make sure to click on employee reimbursements and then enter the amount paid. And then for paid through, let's just use petty cash. Then select the vendor and then save. So now we have created our employee reimbursement.